Welcome to CGI News. I am your host for today, Aaron Baib. And today, let us talk about the nerve gear technology. First, what is nerve gear technology? It is a device used to put your consciousness and insert it into a virtual reality by putting your physical body and put it in a semi-conscious state. To know more about nerve gear technology, let us go to Charles Jacinto, who will be interviewing the head of the technological industries and head of nerve gear technology, Mr. Gabriel Delabern. Charles?
Okay, so before we begin the interview, I would like to introduce our guest, one of the top leaders in technological industries, Mr. Gabriel de la Peña.
Glad to be
Good
here,
morning,
Charles.
sir. So, I would like to ask several questions regarding the newest tech of today, the nerve gear. So, how does the nerve gear work?
Well, if you think about it, in our year 2019, you should know that there are two types of technological realities in this modern time, which is virtual and augmented. Now, if you combine those two, you can create both a virtual experience and a virtual world at the same time, but it would take your consciousness, your actual brain functioning into the other world as a means to move into that world.
Okay, so now that we know how the nerve gear works, I would like to know, how do you ensure the user's safety?
Well, I can't really ensure their safety because, as I said, their consciousness is transferred onto the virtual world created by the nerve gear, but that would leave their bodies, their physical bodies, into a semi-coma state, which prevents them from moving at all, which helps with the nerve gear function.
Okay, so I guess when it comes to new technologies, we do have to take risks first. So I can understand about that.
Yeah.
So, just like the VR counterpart, is motion sickness present on the device?
Well, you can't really ensure motion sickness since your consciousness is literally inside a virtual world when your physical body is in the other world. That would mean you're free from that kind of sickness since, it's your consciousness and not your actual body experiencing the virtual world.
Okay, so now that we know what is nerve gear, what does it really do? What are the uses of nerve gear?
Well, for one thing, there is no limit to kind of range to how it should function. Like, imagine a computer that can also spread around the globe, but with your consciousness along for the ride, which means you can go into further places without even leaving your own home, which helps with communication and just wanting to see other places. Or it could also be used for like a virtual experience or for virtual trainings.
So I guess it does open a lot of opportunities.
Yes.
So, as the developer of nerve gear, would you use your own device?
Well, yes, I would. That's for one.
Okay, so you don't see any other reason not to use your device. You're confident about your device.
Well, yes and no. Yes, I could also be confident with the device since I created something, phenomenal that mixes neuroscience and technology together as both worlds collide in virtual and reality. But all that I can say is also there's a growing problem with the young community called addiction, which means, well, there are a few games that can also be presented in the nerve gear, which is basically what any normal teenager would say cool since they feel like they're actually experiencing another world instead of the other physical world. And the growing problem is if they don't leave that virtual world, they're still experiencing anything else they feel outside the physical world, which could lead to kind of health risks if they play too long enough or spend with too much time on it.
Okay, so I guess just like anything, any part of addiction is just really bad. When it comes to computer addiction, smoking addiction is just really bad in general, right?
Well, not really, since I'm only specifying just about what the nerve gear can do, but also the dangers that lie with it.
Okay, so earlier you mentioned about the community. So what is your target age demographic? Who are your target users?
Well, I don't really have a specific target user here since anyone can use the nerve gear if they can afford it.
Okay, so with data breaches currently seen as the major issues within the internet, what are the steps does your company do in order to ensure the safety of their user data?
Well, that comes in with the firewall and security and administration. Like, you can't change anything about the settings of the Nerve Gear only if you're, the administrator for it. Like, you can't change anything from the environment to what it does or what it shouldn't do. Not if if you're the personal owner or the administrator for it.
So, sir, before our interview ends, would you like to get our viewers some insights of how do you intend to use the Nerve Gear?
Well, I would say that they should probably minimize the use of it since it also poses much more danger than the normal personal computer has back then in the early 2010.
Okay, so with that, our interview ends. Sir, thank you very much for your cooperation.
Pleasure to be here.
Good night.
Okay, go. Practice. Go.
So bago natin simulan ang ating interview ngayong araw.
Huwag ka tumawa! Huwag ka tumawa!
Lights.
Uy, ginagawa mo dyan. Uy.
Okay, so I guess if we start from the newest, Mr. Gab de la Peña. Good morning, sir. Morning. So, according to this,
Morph. Ano?
ako director dito, bakit?
Ito.
Very
Ito.
Bear Grylls. A wild prostitute.
Pre, huwag ka mangulangot.
Trabaho kayo dyan. Parang interview na
Hello po.
like introduction.
I-upload ko pala ito. Ba't ako nabura?
Interview, I would like to introduce
何お前はもう死んでいる。
With that, our interview ends. Sir, thank you very much for your cooperations and good night.